Hello, and welcome back to Money Never Sleeps. My name is 𝗏𝗏𝗃𝗍 from 𝗦𝗲𝗰𝗂𝗍 Wealth. If you'd like more information about what you hear during the show, give us a call at 866-973-3627 or visit us online at 𝗦𝗲𝗰𝗂𝗽.com. And while at my website, click on the page to check out past shows and subscribe on Apple Podcasts or Spotify. Today's episode is all about Social Security, a topic that affects nearly every American retirement plan. For many people, Social Security is the cornerstone of their retirement income, especially for those who may not have significant personal savings. But the system is under real pressure. According to current projections, the trust fund that supports Social Security retirement benefits is on track to run out of reserves by 2033. Now, that doesn't mean Social Security itself disappears. What it does mean is that the extra cushion built up from past decades will be gone. If nothing changes, the program would only be able to pay out what it collects in real time, and that could result in across-the-board benefit reductions of about 23% for both current and future retirees. Much of the data for this discussion comes from a recent U.S. News & World Report article, "Should You Claim Social Security Sooner? A Shortfall in Shrinking Buying Power Spark Urgency for Retirees." One of the biggest challenges facing Social Security today comes down to simple math. There just aren't as many workers paying into the system compared to the number of people drawing benefits. Payroll taxes from workers and employers will still keep money flowing into the program, but after 2033, that revenue is only expected to cover about 3/4 of what's been promised. Unless Congress steps in with changes, retirees could see a cut in their monthly checks. And it's not just the near-term outlook that's concerning. During the next 75 years, Social Security faces a funding gap projected to be in the trillions of dollars. Why? Demographics. People are living longer, the baby boomer generation is retiring in massive numbers, and the worker-to-retiree ratio keeps shrinking. The timing of your claim really matters. If you take benefits early, you lock in guaranteed payments, but at a lower amount. Wait until full retirement age or even later, and your monthly benefit grows. On top of that, inflation has been steadily eroding the buying power of Social Security checks. A recent report highlighted in the article showed that benefits have lost nearly 20% of their value since 2010. That's more than $4,000 a year in lost purchasing power for the average retiree. So the decision of when to file isn't just important, it may be more critical now than ever before. Many people don't realize just how central Social Security is to retirement income in this country. A Pew Research study from earlier this year found that Social Security makes up at least half of the total personal income for nearly 40 million Americans. That's more than 6 out of every 10 adult recipients. Looking closer, about 44% of recipients rely on Social Security for 3/4 of everything they live on. And for more than 1/4 of recipients, more than 16 million people, it's literally their only source of income. Even for retirees who have other resources like retirement accounts, 401ks, or in some cases traditional pensions, Social Security is still a reliable, guaranteed stream of income that should be factored into many long-term financial strategies. For those who are less dependent on it, that flexibility can actually become an advantage. They can often afford to wait longer to claim benefits, which means locking in a larger monthly check for life. The key is making a strategy that lines up with your unique situation. One of the most common questions I hear is, should I claim Social Security early or should I wait? The answer depends on your situation. You can start collecting as early as 62, but that permanently reduces your monthly benefit. Wait until full retirement age, which is 66 or 67, depending on when you were born, and you'll get your full amount. If you're able to wait even longer, those checks grow by about 8% each year you delay, until age 70. After that, there's no additional bump because 70 is the ceiling. For those who are healthy or who have other income sources, waiting can mean a much stronger lifetime payout. The challenge is that many people make this decision without a real strategy. They just jump in. Don't shortchange yourself. Work with someone who can help you optimize your Social Security strategy so you get the most out of the benefit you've earned. The article also addresses what happens when decision-making is driven by fear. And I'll tell you that fear of outliving money is one of the most common concerns I hear. Here's the problem. Most people aren't running the numbers. They're not thinking in terms of lifetime benefits. They're thinking about today. And who can blame them? Prices at the grocery store are up, inflation is painful, And then you turn on the news and see headlines about Social Security's funding issues. It's no wonder people feel pressure to claim early. But here's what I tell clients. The real question isn't whether Social Security will run out of money, it's whether you will. Taking benefits early might calm nerves in the short term, but it also locks you into a smaller monthly check for the rest of your life. That's why this decision needs to be made strategically, not reactively. A well-thought-out strategy can go a long way in helping you retire with more clarity. One of the biggest mistakes people make is not fully understanding the long-term cost of claiming too early. Many retirees, and even people a few years away from retirement, claim benefits simply because they're available. They don't always realize they're locking themselves into a smaller monthly check for the rest of their lives, and the rules around claiming can be confusing, which doesn't make it easier. But here's what happens. Once people see the actual math, their perspective changes. Claiming at 62 might feel good in the moment, but over a retirement that could last decades, the cost really adds up. For example, waiting until 67 instead of filing at 62 can add more than $250,000 in extra lifetime benefits. That's not pocket change, it's real money that can make a huge difference in your quality of life down the road. This is why education and building a strategy in partnership with a financial services professional can be so important. Once you know the numbers, you can make a decision that's not just about today, but about the next 20 or 30 years. So, where does this leave us? Social Security is facing real challenges, but it's also an essential part of retirement for millions of Americans. The decisions you make, like when to claim, how to integrate Social Security into your overall financial plan, and how to balance that with other income sources, can have ripple effects that last for decades. The bottom line is this: Social Security may be uncertain, but your retirement strategy doesn't have to be. With the right plan in place, you can prepare for benefit cuts, inflation, and the unexpected, while still enjoying the retirement you've worked so hard for. If you have any questions about your retirement magic number, your retirement strategy, or any other parts of your financial strategy, visit my website at 𝗦𝗲𝗰𝗂𝗿𝗶𝘁𝗍 or call my office at 866-973-3627 to discuss how my team might be able to answer your questions and address your concerns. It's our goal to help you prepare for the retirement you've worked so hard for.
Disclosure: all matters discussed during the show are for informational purposes only. Opinions expressed are solely those of 𝗦𝗡 Wealth and staff. All topics covered are believed to be from reliable sources. However, 𝗦𝗡 Wealth makes no representations as to its accuracy or completeness. This commercial shall in no way be construed as a solicitation to sell securities or advisory services to residents where permitted. Topics should be discussed with your individual advisor prior to implementation. Advisory services offered through 𝗦𝗡 Wealth, a registered investment advisor in the state of Texas. Insurance products and services are offered through PNC Life Insurance Agency, an affiliated company. 𝗦𝗡 Wealth and PNC Life Insurance Agency are not affiliated with or endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any government agency.